This is the Boss Lady Business Show with your host, Theresa Campbell, where we talk about how to leverage your business for growth in today's global economy, how to be an extraordinary businesswoman, and provide you with the latest tips and strategies to help you kick ass as an entrepreneur. If you're building an empire, this is the place to be.
Hello, and welcome everyone to the Boss Lady Spotlight Show. My name is Theresa Campbell. I'm your humble host for tonight, and our show is dedicated to sharing with you stories and platforms and businesses from women all around the world. Our group, we're located on Facebook, literally has women from Ireland, Canada, Brazil, Africa, and of course, the good old US of A. And we are dedicated to empowering visionary leaders to create their ideal lives through personal development and entrepreneurship. If you have big dreams for your life and your business, you're in the right place. We do this by bringing to you, again, real life, real world entrepreneurs, women who are making it happen. Consider this your 2016 playbook. This is who we are. This is what we stand for, and I'm sticking behind that. Tonight's program is brought to you by Be Next Entertainment, a digital marketing firm here right in sunny Southern California. Be Next Entertainment serves small business owners who are looking really to carve out a niche for themselves in a very powerful way. You can find Be Next Entertainment at benextentertainment.com. So tonight's program is very, very special. I'm really excited about this one, guys. I know I say it all the time, but I am really excited. We are bringing to you tonight a sister entrepreneur from Botswana, Africa. Love it. First, I just want to talk to you again. You know, my passion is women entrepreneurs and women all over the world. I do believe there is a power that happens. There is a magical synergy that happens when women support each other and women come together. And not only that, women are really helping to change the economy. It doesn't matter where you are. Europe, here, South America, in the United States, more than 9.4 million firms are owned by women, and we employ 7.9 million people. How much money is that, you asked? A lot. We, in 2015, generated $1.5 trillion in revenue. That's in the US of A. Who knows what that number can be internationally? So if you know a woman, support. If you know a woman business owner, support her. And if you know 5 women, one is a business owner. So buy her products and services, encourage her, go to her events, conferences, seminars, anything that she's doing, and support her. So with that said, I'd love to introduce to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, the wonderful, the fantastically smart Nicolette Chinomona. Nicolette is the CEO of Spark Ideas Courses, where she helps you not only generate great ideas for your business. You know, we all have those shower moments, or we're working out and we get an idea to start a business. She not only helps you really fine tune that idea, but she takes you through the process of making it a reality and turning it into something tangible as with respect to a business. So if you're looking for someone who's not only smart and talented, but educated, Nicolette is your girl. So right now, I'd love to welcome to the Boss Lady Spotlight Show, Nicolette Chinomona. Nicolette, you go ahead and take it away. Introduce yourself to the audience and go ahead and make an introduction about your business. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for coming to the Boss Lady Spotlight Show.
Oh, thank you very much for welcoming me, Theresa. It's great to be on this show. It's great to be talking to your listeners. Nicolette, this is me, crazy lady, pepper, salt and pepper hair, so I'm a bit all over the place, as you can see. Well, basically, I'm a corporate and entrepreneurship trainer for corporate rebels, actually. So I sit down and I work with people who want to quit their 9 to 5. My story is that I never even went into corporate, straight in university. I did a degree in entrepreneurship because I knew I didn't know what kind of business I wanted to start. And towards the end of college, I actually figured out that what I wanted to do was help other people who want to start businesses, but they don't quite know how to develop their ideas. They don't know how to develop their concepts. Because like you said, everyone has an idea, you know, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you probably have hundreds of ideas. You know, you get into the shower, you get an idea. And not every idea is a good idea. So what I do is I sit down and say, okay, fine, what is your great idea? And then, you know, they tell me what it is, and I kind of go, yeah, maybe we need to work on that a little bit more, or this is what you can do to build your concept. So that's basically what I do as a coach. I also have a platform, which is, well, the link is start.spark ideas courses, where people can go to develop their creativity. You know, it's a site where I wanted to give entrepreneurs courses where they can develop their thinking patterns, develop new ideas. That's basically what happens on Spark Ideas courses. If you kind of business you want to start, head over there and you'll learn a bit about creativity and idea generation. And that is awesome for anyone. Even if you've already started a business, you always need new ideas. You might not always have all the money in the world to do expensive marketing campaigns or expensive research and development. But if you can come up with a really good idea, you can actually get a lot of attention for your company and for your business.
Awesome. I love that. So basically it's, you know, making sure that, especially if you're looking to seek capital, that you have a sound business plan and you've really thought through your idea. So let me ask you a question. In this day and time, especially in America, I'm sure it's the same there as well. Oh, why don't you tell everybody where you're tuning in from? I mentioned it briefly, but why don't you tell us?
Yeah, I am in Botswana, which is next to South Africa. I think everybody knows South Africa. Not a lot of people know about Botswana. Botswana is beautiful. One of the most beautiful places in Africa. We've got a delta up north that's gorgeous. We get all sorts of famous celebrities that come over here on a holiday, the British royal family. Actually, a first lady visited here a few years ago. Wow. It was quite interesting. Yeah, because I think it was a bit traumatic for the whole country because of all the security and the traffic blocks. They wouldn't let anyone drive on the roads. They just passing through. So it's like, oh, this is what happens when the First Lady of the USA comes and visits. So yeah.
Did you get a chance to see her while she was there?
No, not a lot of people actually got to see her because there was all this tight security, and it was just like, it was epic. But she what I liked about her and when she came to visit Botswana is she didn't stick to the capital city. You know, she went out into some of the villages, and I thought that was really cool. A lot of people actually thought that was really, really cool. She wasn't what we expected from a first lady. Very down to earth, very easy to relate to, shall I say. So yeah.
Yeah, we love her. She is amazing. Well, before we get into the business questions, what are some of your favorite things to do in your area in Botswana? Why would someone want to come there?
Oh my goodness. You want to come for the beauty. You want to come to go on. First of all, unlike a lot of countries in Africa, Botswana does not have a bad rep. Actually, our president, one of our former presidents, won an award recently for good governance. It's absolutely beautiful. The country isn't quite, it's big, but most of it is desert. But up north, there's this amazing delta where the wildlife is epic. I'm talking big five epic lions,
really?
Elephants, buffaloes, leopards, and the water and doing the boat cruises. It's absolutely lavish. There's no other experience like it actually on it.
I said it before. I might have to dust off that passport and take a trip to Botswana.
Yeah, you should. I'll be expecting you.
Awesome. Yay. So let's get into a little bit of the business and the background for our audience. There's this notion that you have to bootstrap your business, right? That solidifying your business plan and making it attractive for investors, angel investors and whatnot, takes a lot of work. So a lot of people just say, you know what, I'll do it on my kitchen table. I'll do it in my garage until I get to a certain point. Do you feel as though entrepreneurs have to do that in order to make it to the top? What is your notion when it comes to and the success of a business for entrepreneurs today?
Well, that's a very dicey question. Wow, because I know entrepreneurs who both are bootstrapping. I also know entrepreneurs who have gotten funding. I feel like there's nothing wrong with bootstrapping. I feel like entrepreneurship it's a journey that each person has to take on their own, and what exactly they're aiming for, they'll end up with different paths. For those who choose to bootstrap and not get into getting investors and stuff, I kind of understand where they're coming from, because maybe they want to keep 100% control of their company and their ideas, and it's possible. It's just a little bit more difficult. For those who want to, target angel investors, crowdfunding, and that sort of pathway to success, it's also admirable. They tend to be, I look at people who do that to be risk takers and bold and daring, and they're willing to just put it out there, and this idea is worth the money. So I feel like it depends on who you are. I won't say that anyone who bootstraps should think bigger, because there are a lot of businesses which get funding of millions and then they fail. And then there are lots of little bootstrapped businesses that just work and succeed. The way the world is designed and structured these days, especially for entrepreneurs, it is so much easier to bootstrap. There's so many free tools out there that you can use to actually get in front of people. These days, it's all about attention. It's all about, can you get the attention? It's kind of like how you sit in front of the TV and you see like all of these adverts and all of these things. Half of them just fly completely over your head. If somebody asks, oh, what adverts did you see on TV today? You wouldn't even remember, but yet they've spent millions. And then, you'll bump into some silly little video on Facebook and you laugh about it the whole day. You'll share it with everybody, and it's made by somebody who's sitting in their basement. Right. So what people actually need is ideas. They need attention, they need significance. And you're going to get that through ideas, whether it's an idea for an awesome product, whether it's an idea for an awesome marketing campaign, whether it's an idea of how to save people money, whether it's an idea for how you can save money in your business. What you need is ideas.
Fantastic. I love that. So basically, in some regards, you can have your fantastic idea and launch it from your basement, and it could be just as successful as someone who received millions from an investor. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey? Why did you get into business? I know you said you left university and went straight into business. Tell us a little bit about your thought process behind that.
Okay, well, I was raised by two entrepreneurs. My parents were very entrepreneurial. They're both MBAs. And they knew from a very early stage, when I was a kid, actually, that I was going to be an entrepreneur. I got quite a few spankings for selling things I shouldn't have been selling. I can tell you that when I was a kid. I remember I found a box of stuff which my mom didn't use, and I thought, well, I can sell this and make money. It's not that I needed money. It wasn't even that I was like, oh, I want to buy it with the cash that I make. For me, it was like, I can sell this. I'm going to sell this. It's like I was an entrepreneur and me coming out. So growing up, I had lots and lots of hobbies. My parents raised me with a very open mind. I was raised by my mom. She's a single mom, and they allowed me to have a lot of experiences. I had a lot of hobbies, lots of interests. So we kind of knew I was going to go into business. Well, at some point I wanted to be a psychiatrist. My mom said, no, you're already crazy. You'll become worse if you work with crazy people. I wanted to be a doctor. It's like, doctors don't make enough money anymore. So, and then I ended up doing business quite well in school and business. And it was something that was very interesting for me. And so I decided I was going to do a degree in entrepreneurship. That way, Like when I left college, I'd actually be forced to start a business, and I wouldn't work for anybody because my parents did not want me to work for anyone at all. That wasn't part of their plans for my life. So I went into varsity, and my parents kind of figured that hopefully by the time that, you know, she's out of varsity, she'll have figured out what kind of business she wants to start. No such luck until the last semester. That's when I was doing a course on innovation and creativity, and book 2 weeks before the exam, like the average college student. And I loved what I was reading. It was amazing to me because it helped me realize a number of things. First of all, it helped me realize that creativity can be taught. It also helped me realize that there's some people who don't know they can be creative, but they are actually creative. They have the potential for creativity. And because I've always had a lot of friends say to me, oh, we wish we could do what you do, you know, because I'm very handy, you know, I'm hands-on to everything. I got my fingers at every pie, you know. I do graphic design, do web design, I design my own clothes and then I make them. I do woodworking. I just love working with my hands, you know. Ask me to plan an event and it will be the most outrageous event on earth. And a lot of people would say, well, I wish I could do what you do. And I couldn't understand what they meant, because to me, I just did stuff. I decided something and then I was like, hey, you know, I want to do that, so I'm going to do it, you know. And then to actually learn that there's some people who just don't know that they're capable of doing that, and that there is actually a way of teaching them to do that. And I became absolutely passionate about the idea of helping people who want to start businesses develop their ideas, like coaching them through it, actually saying, listen, you can do this. What is your idea? Tell me what your idea is, and let's work on developing it together. So for me, it's been a process of wanting to help people believe in their concepts, because I believe that so much can be done in the world. Like there's so much that is possible, but people don't know that. They don't know what's in them. And that's the whole reason why I kind of do what I do, because I just want that to come out. I want the world to change. I want people to change the world with their ideas, you know. So that's how I ended up teaching people about ideas and entrepreneurship, and yeah.
I love that. You touched on so many great points. We really don't have time to get into all of them, but I do want to, if you don't mind, address a couple that you just so eloquently said. Is the notion of people don't know they have great ideas, and people don't know that they're creative, and you teach them how to be creative. I don't want to get into too much of your programming, but maybe you can talk to us about how you motivate people, and you know, maybe someone has an idea and they've been nursing this idea for a decade, and they really don't believe that it can. They really don't believe that they can make it a reality. They go to sleep with it every night, 365 days a year for 10 years. And they're, you know, a little bit beaten up by society, a little bit beaten up by the world. How do you pull people through that? How do you help them know that it can still happen, even though a lot of time has passed? Can you talk to us briefly about that?
Yeah. The first thing that I do when I work with somebody is obviously the first idea, whatever it is, swimming, and just give me the raw idea. Don't try to filter it or make it pretty or explain it, or, you know, just tell me what it is in like 30 seconds. Once they tell me their idea, I go into, well, why did you come up with this idea? You know, they tell me what it was about that concept that struck them. And then the next thing I look at is, who are they as a person? Because one of the things that I believe is that as a creator of an idea or concept or product or service, your personality needs to be part of that product or service, you know, because it's coming from you. And I find that a lot of people don't know a lot about themselves. They kind of just go through life being them, but they don't really know why they do what they do. So part of the process is also doing personality tests, doing creativity assessments, and saying, okay, fine, which area of creativity do you fall into? Because there's 7 different types of creativity. So it's never that a person can't draw or can't paint or can't make things like me and they're not creative. No, there's so many different areas of creativity. So at the end of the day, it's these 3 core things. What is your idea? Why is this idea appealing to you? Who are you? And then we start looking at if that idea is really compatible with who they are as a person. Because sometimes you get an idea because of something you've seen someone else doing. You know, you're like, oh, maybe I can try that, you know. Sometimes it works, but a lot of times it doesn't, because if it's not part of you, if it's not something that motivates you from the inside, it's not something that you love, at any point when it gets tough, and it will get tough as an entrepreneur, you can easily give up. So it's about finding that unique combination of making sure that this idea that you have is compatible with who you are, with why you're even interested in it, and that the idea is even sound. And then from there, we look at, okay, fine, looks like the idea is compatible with you, looks like it's a good idea. How can we expand more? How can we make this idea better? And start looking at, well, who are you even going to sell this to? Who's going to pay money for this? Which a lot of people actually don't think about.
Right. They really don't think about that. Yeah.
Everybody's going to buy it. So that's basically the process. Again, it all starts with validating why that person has that idea, and also validating why that idea is important for the world. Because sometimes you have an idea, but you think, well, it's not important, or, you know, the world won't be better for me having brought this whole concept to life. And it's actually sitting down with somebody and saying, but do you know that this idea is important, that it's going to serve somebody in this particular way, it's going to impact someone like this? It's just like people who want to start a coffee shop and maybe they're not inspired, you know, they're like, oh, well, I'm just selling coffee. You know, for somebody like me who like wakes up in the morning and until that first shot of caffeine, the world looks like an alien planet, you better bet that coffee is
important. Give me my cup of coffee.
Give me my coffee. It better be good coffee, you know. And I mean, it's, to me, coffee isn't just, oh, caffeine, it's going down. No, it's a moment of pleasure. It's a moment when, you know, things settle, my mind settles. It's also a starting point for my day. That's important. You're helping people start their days, you know? So I feel like a lot of people don't even realize how important what they do is. People who sell cupcakes don't realize how important what they do is. It's like, cupcakes are like happiness in this little thing. It's happy. Comfort is it's so much. But somebody will be like, oh, I just want to start a cupcake shop.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
no, it's important, you know. So that's also helping people find the why in their idea. It's very, very important. Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh, honey, you were just preaching there. I loved all of that.
Amen.
You know,
hallelujah.
Amen. lots of, and you know what? I just have to say it. You said it. I have to say it. Just because someone else had an idea and it was successful doesn't mean that that idea will work for you. And there are so many copycats out there now. You know, they saw something that was successful over here that he did. They figured that they'll try it. And, you know, as you said, you're not coming with the same soul behind it. It may not even match with your personality. And it shows up, doesn't it? By lack of sales, lack of customers, lack of clients. You know, when you hit that rough spot, like you said, you decide to throw in the towel. Better to, you know, go with what works for you, your personality. You know, get that cupcake and know that you're selling happiness. And get the cup of coffee and know that you're starting someone's day and not just selling caffeine. So I loved all of that. Fantastic feedback for the audience. So why don't we get into your program, your courses, and I believe you have a special offer that you have for the audience. So why don't we go ahead and get into that?
All right, sure. Well, on start sparkideas.com. There's a start in front of it. Long story. You can go out, check out some of my courses. It's basically about creativity. I think most of your listeners already have started their business, so maybe what I have there won't be for them. But on the other hand, you can get me as a coach. You can personally get to chat with me, talk to me. And I can walk you through developing new ideas. We can do brainstorming sessions. I mean, it all depends on what you need, but I'm available for people who just want to come up with ideas. Because brainstorming can be so frustrating. I mean, whether it's for yourself or whether you have a team, because sometimes getting your team to actually get together and do any kind of brainstorming can be an absolute mess. It can be chaos, and it can be frustrating. So I can also facilitate that for you. Something else that I am doing is I am going to be releasing an audiobook very soon on the 1st of July, actually. And the offer is that all of your listeners get to get a copy of the audiobook at a discount, a 50% discount, actually. And all they have to do to get it is actually just send me an email and say, I want the audiobook. And then I will send them a link to where they can pre-buy it. So when it's launched, it gets emailed straight to them, basically.
Awesome. And your email address is Nicolette, Nicolette, at sparkideascourses.com, right? So Nicolette
Yep.
at Spark, SPARK, ideascourses.com, and I'll make sure that everyone has that email address available. Look, support our sisters, support our women entrepreneurs.
Please do. Please do.
Go and buy the book. Go and get the ebook and support Nicolette in what she's doing. I mean, look, okay, let's just be real. You've been there, you've had an idea, you know it's a fantastic idea. A year later, you're still sitting on it because you don't have the support, you don't have the help. All you really need is someone just to walk you through the steps to make that idea a reality. Nicolette is your girl. And,
And actually, they can also just send me an email and ask for a 40-minute session, just a chat where we can just talk about the ideas, and that's completely free.
Probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, and just brainstorm and just toss it up. You know, sometimes you need to talk to somebody who's not your friend, who's not your family, who's not your coworker, because you might have had lots of ideas before, they didn't work out, so you're kind of like, oh, do I want to tell anyone again? Otherwise, what if it doesn't work out? So I'm kind of like a different person to speak to.
Yeah, and to help you get clarity, move the that they get from you. And what industries, Nicolette? Any particular niche or
any particular niche? Actually, that's the fun thing about having a degree in entrepreneurship, is that I can basically put my fingers into anything and actually find it so exciting, because growing up, I read a lot of books. I've been exposed to a lot of industries. So anything strikes my fancy. If you want to start a coffee shop. I mean, I was coaching a guy in Canada who was developing a self-singing bowl, bronze bowl that people who do yoga play with a stick, and he found automating it, and I was like, what the hell is that? It's like, it's a bowl, but it plays itself. I was like, okay, cool, let's talk about your bowl, let's come up with ideas. So any industry, anyone, actually.
Awesome. All right. So you're into electronics, if you're into coaching, if you're into marketing, if you're into retail, if you're into construction, if anything, Nicolette Chinomona is the entrepreneur extraordinaire and coach for you.
Entrepreneur extraordinaire. I like that.
And as we wrap up here, Nicole, you offer one last bit of tips and or strategies for the audience.
Okay. Okay, everybody's gonna hate me for saying this, but you guys need to exercise. People do not like exercising. The reason why exercising is important, I'm talking about aerobic exercising, because it gets your blood pumping, and it helps you develop new brain cells, and that actually helps your creativity. So I don't like jogging at all, but I go jogging because I want to keep my brain sharp. Every single morning, wake up and try to write new ideas. Just try and wake up like 15 minutes ahead of time and just start writing whatever random ideas come to you. That's a tip. And put them all in a book. Don't write them on different scattered pieces of paper. Just write them all in one particular book. Have a specific notebook that you carry around with you, because what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs is you have a great idea and then you're like, oh, I'll write it later, and then you never ever write it again. So you never find it again, and then you lose it. I think we all have I call it the post-it war, where you write things on post-it and they disappear and you're searching for them. And it's like, yeah. So that's one thing you can do. I'd also encourage people to drink a lot of water, actually. Drink a lot of water and try and balance out the caffeine thing, because caffeine is actually good for creativity, but if you do it too much, it makes you jittery. Water just helps you clear your mind, keeps your body in good shape. What I actually do, because I'm a fidgeter, I fidget all the time, I can't keep my hands still, is I fill up a bottle of water and I have it next to me when I'm working. And I empty it just because I'm fidgeting, because I'm opening it, because I'm playing with it, because I'm drinking just because it's there. That's also something that you can do. And do something different. Explore the world. If there's a festival, in your city, wherever you're at, something different that you've never been to, go for it. If there's an opportunity to taste different food, go for that thing. If there's an opportunity to hear different music, go for that thing, because it does when you're struggling to come up with, because it doesn't have any materials to work with. So if you can have different experiences, it stores those experiences. And then when you want to come up with ideas, it starts connecting the different aspects in the back of your mind. It's actually called incubation. It's part of the incubation part of the creativity process. So yeah.
I love it. All of that. I was writing my own notes.
Wow.
All of that. Yes, I'm a jogger myself, and I'm a member of a running group, and it's what I live for. I'm really, I can't wait.
Oh, wow.
Here in the office, anytime I get stressed out, here we go. I start, moving my little dumbbells around. Oh my goodness, Nicolette, I loved all of that you said. So no Post-its. Don't even buy them. We don't want a Post-it war. Running and exercise, aerobic exercise, and drinking the water, all of those very, very, very good ideas. Thank you so much for blessing us with your service and blessing us with Spark Ideas courses. So ladies and gentlemen, please email Nicolette for your free coaching hour and buy her ebook. You can email her at Nicolette, Nicolette, at Spark, SPARK ideascourses.com, and I'll make sure that the email address is posted in our Facebook group so that you can reach out to her. With that said, I just want to leave you with one quick quote from one of our favorites, Martin Luther King Jr. And he said that you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take one step. So I encourage you to really go pursue your dream. Don't stop. There will be obstacles. There will be things that get in the way. Find a support group and you can realize your dream. My name is Theresa Campbell. I'm your host for Boss Lady Spotlight Show. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Boss Lady Business Show with your host, Theresa Campbell, where we talk about how to leverage your business for growth in today's global economy, how to be an extraordinary businesswoman, and provide you with the latest tips and strategies to help you kick ass as an entrepreneur. You can find us on @Weibo Rocks. Tune in every week on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific. Till next time.